Alice Dunnigan was born in Russellville in 1906 and persevered through racism and sexism to achieve success and respect as a journalist. In 2019, her descendants gathered in Russellville to celebrate her life and to unveil a statue in her honor.
I remember the first time that I saw a news conference with her. It was just strange. You know, it was, I heard, Mr. President, Mr. President. I knew that was Grandma. I knew it was television, and I knew she was saying, Mr. President, Mr. President. But I was so young, it didn't really, I didn't know the full impact of all of that.
This is the big day. It is the day that I go see the President of the United States. This was a day in August 1947, and the occasion was nothing more than a regular weekly news conference. While it was merely old hat to many reporters, to me, it was the thrill of a lifetime. As the time wore on, other reporters began to drift in. Some wanted to know what I was doing there. When I proudly boasted that I had been accredited to the White House Press Corps, they extended a casual congratulations, implying that this was no big thing. But for me, it represented progress for my race, recognition of the Black press, consideration of women reporters, and a personal honor for me because I was the very first woman of my race ever to receive such accreditation. I became possessed by an inner feeling of pride and exultation as I whispered to myself, think what you may, but you must admit that it is indeed a long way from that red clay hill in rural Logan County, Kentucky, to the hallowed halls of this imposing structure, the capital of the nation in Washington, D.C. And I agreed with myself that you've come a long way, sister.
Alice came from very humble beginnings. She was born in Russellville, Kentucky on April 27, 1906, in a 3-room whitewashed cottage. Her grandparents were former enslaved people. Her father, Willie Allison, was a sharecropper, and her mother, Lena Pittman, was a laundress. She always felt there was something more for her. On January 1, 1947, Alice became chief of the Washington Bureau of the Associated Negro Press. In June 1947, she became the first Black woman to receive U.S. Capitol accreditation. Soon after, she received her White House press pass, becoming the first Black woman to do so, and she became a member of the White House Correspondents Association. She provided front-page coverage on civil rights issues for over 100 Black newspapers. She spent the next 25 to 30 years reporting, breaking down barriers, expanding her areas of expertise to columnist, feature writer, radio newscaster, speech writer, and public speaker. She held several government positions to which she was appointed by sitting presidents. She traveled the globe, received invitations to White House dinners and embassy parties.
One day, I was at her house, and she had all these fabulous gowns and stuff. So she had put on this fabulous gown, and I said, Grandma, where you going? She said, I'm going to the White House. So I said, Grandma, I want to go. She said, I said, are there going to be any kids there? She said, no, there won't be any kids there. I said, so I can't go. She said, no, you can't go. And so that's when I found out that she was at that level, because I knew about the White House, and I was like, wow. And I said, who else is going to be there? She said, the president and the first lady. And I was, oh, wow. So that's when I found out.
You know, she broke down barriers, and now it is not unusual to see a Black female journalist, you know. So that's phenomenal. I mean, to be the first one to do it, anything and everything, and to not, I don't think she wore that around like I'm this great person because I'd done this. She just went on and did what she felt she had to do, and in order to accomplish what she wanted to accomplish. But she knew she was opening doors. cannot help but be constantly aware that I have been able to have the amazing career I've had because Alice Dunnigan had the audacity to believe in all possibilities for herself and by extension all Black people and all women, and in particular Black women. She held firm to her right to question authority. She knew and understood it was necessary to do so in her day and time. In truth, too little attention has been put on the fact that Alice Dunnigan was a visionary, a woman ahead of her time, the right person at the right time who did the right thing for all the right reasons. See, in some folks' minds, Black girls like Alice do not have what it takes to be a bona fide American hero, especially if they come from tucked away places, if they start life with virtually nothing, if they live life with virtually nothing, and leave here wrapped in invisibility. The truth is, Alice Dunnigan was indeed a bona fide American hero. Alice Allison Dunnigan, she was an American civil rights icon. She was a warrior, but she was also our grandmother. Sometimes on a quiet evening, you might catch her in a pensive mood, relaxing while sipping a Bloody Mary or smoking a sweet-smelling tobacco from her pipe. She might have been reminiscing about her life, just as we are reminiscing about her right now. She loved each one of us for who we are as individuals, and no one could ever ask for more than that. Thank you.
This video raises questions, and I need for you to be extremely honest in the comments when answering them. And just so you know, I have 4 questions. Number 1, before this video, have you ever heard the name Alice Allison Dunnigan? Number 2, have you ever wanted to be a journalist? Number 3, what are your thoughts about this video? Please share them in the comments. And number 4, who would you like to see me do a video on next? Now please be honest in the comments when answering these questions. Share this video with anyone you deem necessary. And don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.